Hey, what is going on, guys? This is DK back at you with another video here for the NBA main slate here on Sunday. We had a two-game slate. Real quick, let's see how we did on Friday night. So Friday night was a pretty good night for me. Ended up doing really well in this tournament. I think it was a $15 entry, turned it into $50. So yeah, pretty solid night. So let's go over the lineup here with Lillard, Pat Connaughton, Giannis, Mirotic, Jokic, Will Barton, Zach Collins, Enes Kanter. So you guys knew, the decision up top was basically Jokic or Giannis. I did prefer Jokic, but ended up, since there was enough value, I ended up getting both those guys in. Did like Mirotic as a value play. A little disappointing, but he was chalky, so it didn't really kill you there. Connaughton is another guy that I did bring up, as well as Will Barton, who I said had a big upside, and he went off, so that was big. And then Zach Collins, another one of those value guys I brought up. I also said I really like Kanter pairing up with Jokic, and then I went with Lillard over Kyrie there. So that was my final lineup. Really good night, and let's see if we can keep it going here Sunday. So Sunday, let's bring up the injury news here. The big one here is Siakam. He's doubtful, so I'll get to that in a sec. And then Kanter, questionable, also big. Obviously, that shoulder injury, playing with a separated shoulder, played big minutes in that quadruple overtime game. So those are two really big injury news there. All right, so Lillard here at 9.2. Obviously, a lot of the stats in these guys are going to be boosted from that quadruple overtime game. Still only put up 51. A little disappointing for 58 minutes, 51 fantasy points to Damian Lillard. 9.2K, I think he's fine. And then you got Ben Simmons here at 7K. Obviously, he hasn't looked that good here in this series, but the price is starting to drop in him that's where I'm starting. It's getting to the point where I can consider him because of the price here. 7K Ben Simmons. We know this guy can come out and get you 50, 60 fantasy points if he has a good night. So this guy does have some pretty big upside. I don't mind going to the buy low, so I am considering Ben Simmons. CJ, the prices does not seem to move on this guy. He obviously had the bigger night between him and Lillard. 6.9K, man, I like that. The price is not coming up on him at all. And then Jamal Murray. Again, a lot of these stats, these guys are going to be boosted from that quadruple overtime game. The thigh injury does concern me a bit, but the price tag is still really appealing. So I do like Jamal Murray. Again, the only concern is that thigh injury. Then Kyle Lowry, basically just a lock and load for me today. Siakam, doubtful. I don't expect him to play. So Kyle Lowry, I'll get to Kawhi in a sec. But if Siakam's out, just lock and load Lowry here at 6K. That's a really easy play. Beasley, 3.8. I think it's okay. A value guy you can consider. Then Van Fleet. So it's going to be interesting to see who Toronto's going to start for Siakam, if he indeed is out. But again, doubtful. I do expect him to be out. Could be Van Fleet. Could be a number of guys. Could be Van Fleet. It could be Pat McCaw. Could be Norman Powell. Maybe they start big. Or they start Ibaka at the 4. You never know. So we got to wait for a starting lineup. Whoever gets that start, I would really like. If it's Van Fleet, then 3.5K. It's way too cheap. Even if it's not Van Fleet, I could still there's Siakam played 40 plus minutes a game. That's a lot of minutes to go around. So I think Van Fleet would get a boost. So definitely would consider him at 3.5K. Obviously, he has not looked that good in this series, but the price tag, the minutes should go up. So I do like him. All right, let's move on to shooting guard. Jimmy Butler, back-to-back really solid games for this guy. He just wasn't being aggressive here in these playoff games, but now the last two, he's really been aggressive here, shooting the ball 22 and 15 times, playing basketball really well, filling up the stat sheet as well. 7.5K, the price is starting to come up a bit, but right now, for his level of production, it's too cheap, so I have no issue if you want to go with Jimmy Butler. Gary Harris, I think it's perfectly fine. He played 50 minutes and got 28 fantasy points. Just a low usage guy. It's going to play a lot of minutes. 5K, I think it's probably better value on the board. JJ Redick, same thing. It's going to play probably 30 minutes a game. Just kind of scoring dependent. I don't think I want to go there. Danny Green, maybe gets a little boost in playing time. Another guy that's kind of low usage, but I think you could consider, I guess, there, 4.1. And then Will Barton. So he had that big game, played 39 minutes, but obviously the overtime is going to boost those stats a bit. Since he played really well, maybe Mike Malone plays some more here in this game. Like I said, this guy has big upside, but he has a low floor. But a 4K, I think it's going to be pretty chalky. But right now, I'm probably leaning towards eating the chalk with Will Barton just because, again, he's going to be aggressive when he's out there. Rodney Hood, he had that big three. With Mo Harkless ended up playing, I just crossed off Hood and Evan Turner just because there wasn't enough minutes to go around. If you want to go back to Hood, I guess I understand it, but I just think there's probably better value plays on the board with some of those Toronto guys. And then Norman Powell here, 2.7. So, like I said, we got to wait for the starting lineup, but 40-plus minutes of Siakam have to go somewhere. So there's going to be a lot of value opened up here for Toronto. So, yeah, Norman Powell, if he picks up a start, have no issue there at 2.7. Let's see. And then Pat McCaw, another guy that maybe could pick up the start. Has played a little bit here in this series. Obviously, he's a really low usage guy, but if he gets 20, 25 minutes at the min price here in the playoffs, I think you got to consider him at least. So let's move on to small forward. Kawhi. I already talked about Kyle Lowry. Kawhi, another play that I just really like here. Siakam, like I said, the minutes, the 40-plus minutes, the usage, they got to go somewhere. So Kyle Lowry, Kawhi, really like them today, and I'm probably going to pair them together. Toronto's got to win this game too. They don't want to go down 3-1. So Lowry, Kawhi Leonard, really like both those guys. Let's see, Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons, I already talked about them. Tobias at 6.8, another Philly guy that seems probably priced about right, but with some upside. He's going to play in the high 30s minutes. I have no issue if you want to go Tobias. It's just a little hard predicting, the Philly guys. They kind of switch off having big games, but Ben Simmons, Tobias, Jimmy Butler, all of them certainly in play. Harkless at 4.6. Again, the overtime really boosts his stats there, but I think he's okay. The ankle injury does worry me a little bit, but I think Mo Harkless definitely in play. Aminu, same thing at 4.4. Again, the quadruple overtime is going to boost some of these guys' stats. Played 46 minutes, only got 27 fantasy points, so more of a lower usage guy. I think there's probably better value plays on the board. Let's see. Torrey Craig, I don't think we have to go there. Just a very low usage guy at 3.7. Yeah, I think that's about it. So let's move on to power forward. Again, yeah, so Siakam. This is doubtful. This is huge. Now look at the minutes this guy's played. 35, 40, 35. So he plays close to 40 minutes a game. Those minutes have to go somewhere. So yeah, it's going to be a huge boost if he is out. If he plays, if he somehow ends up playing, I'm probably just going to stay away. But then if he ends up playing, that would get, Kawhi and Kyle Lowry take a big hit. But I really do expect him to be out. Millsap at 5.6 matched up pretty well here against Portland. 3 straight pretty solid games for Paul Millsap. The price didn't move at all. So have no issue with Paul Millsap at 5.6. I do like him. And then Ibaka here at 3.6K. So, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see who they start. Maybe they start big and they start Ibaka at the 4. You never know. If that happens, that's just a lock and load for Ibaka at 3.6K. If he doesn't start, then maybe he stays in this 15-minute range. Obviously, he has not looked good, but Siakam, the usage got to go somewhere. Ibaka at 3.6K, that's just too cheap for him. So I do like Ibaka as a value play. Let's see, Plumlee at 3.2. They said they got to limit Jokic's minutes a bit, so maybe Plumlee picks up a few more minutes, but I guess, at 3.2K, that does make him in play. Same thing with Zach Collins, another value guy you definitely can consider. Played him last time out. Did pretty well there in 18 minutes, got 24 fantasy points. So Collins, Plumlee, I don't oppose if you want to go there. All right, let's move on to center. So Jokic at 10.4. I really like him. I know, Mike Malone said he's going to try to limit his minutes a bit, but Denver, they got to win this game or they're going to go down 3-1. So still, the price is just not moving on him. It's 10.1, 10K, 10.3, 10.3. Now he's at 10.4. Really not moving enough. Cantor, if he's out there, not a good defender. Zach Collins, Myers Leonard, should have his way if it's any of those guys. So really like Jokic again today as a spend up. And then Embiid at 9.3. Finally had a big game against Toronto. Put up 61 fantasy points in only 28 minutes. I don't have an issue with Embiid. I don't even mind stacking Embiid and Jokic together if you can fit that in with some of the value. But if I had to choose between Embiid and Jokic, it would be Jokic for sure. But like I said, I think it's possible to play both these guys with some of the value on the slate. And then Cantor at 6.5. He's listed as questionable. I do expect him to play, but we're gonna have to wait for confirmation on that. 6.5 is just a little too cheap for him. If Cantor plays, I do like him there at 6.5. The shoulder injury does worry me a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I think he is definitely in play. Marc Gasol, 4.8. Just a lower usage guy. He's going to play close to 30 minutes. I'm probably going to get you 20 to 25 fantasy points. He really hasn't flashed upside. Maybe Siakam being out boosts Gasol a little bit here. I don't mind him. I think he's solid for cash games. Monroe here at 2.9 has been playing the backup 5 and been playing all right. In 12 minutes got 17 fantasy points. In 15 minutes got 12 fantasy points at 2.9K. I think he's a value guy you definitely could consider. I think that's about it, guys. So it's a 2-game slate. The big news is Siakam. If he ends up being out, that's a huge boost to a lot of the Toronto guys. Lowry and Kawhi the most, and then a lot of those value guys. The minutes have got to go somewhere. So, and then in the Denver Portland game, really like Jokic. I think that's my favorite spend up of the day. So, I think that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content, please like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section down below. It's also important to follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below. I'll give my thoughts as this injury news as we wait for Siakam and Cantor. I'll give my thoughts as that news comes out. And I'll be back for another video tomorrow, Monday. We got a 2-game slate. So I'll see you guys then.